So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys tips on how you can become a fitness influencer, get sponsorships, and how you can get things sent to you, such as clothing, pre-workouts, just got one here, even gym equipment. Now, for those of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is Phil. I have 300k followers over on TikTok, 65k over on Instagram, and I'm building up the community here on YouTube. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure to click that subscribe button, as I'm going to be giving you as much value as I can from my own personal experiences in the fitness space. Now, the first step if you want to become a fitness influencer is to post content. You have to start. If you don't start, you never get there. I'm pretty sure in the fitness space, I created an Instagram first, and then a few months later, I then created a TikTok account, and then I started posting consistently. Now, what posting consistently will do, it'll give you a rough idea of what's working, what's not working, and then you can play around that. To give you guys an example, I'd uploaded a video on TikTok that went viral. I think it got 20+ million views, and I took that same video, put it on Instagram, 20+ million views, and then I kind of made it into a bit of a series, and I got growth from that. But it took a lot of trial and error to get to that video that then blew up and went viral. So trial and error is one of the main things you want to be focusing on. And you also want to see what people are doing in the community and what you can kind of put your own spin to. That is very important. And think in series, not singular videos. That's something obviously I learned with time. Now, the second thing would be sponsorship, brands getting sent things over to you. How can you get to the point where brands want to actually work with you? Now, there's various of ways you can go about this. Now, going off my own experience, I'll tell you how I started working with MZA. So they're a clothing brand that's fitness and lifestyle based. Now, how I started working with these guys, I went to a convention. I think it was the Arnold Classics. Got to talking to these guys. I really liked their clothing. One thing I would say is if you're ever looking to work with a brand, make sure you like the products they have before you work with them. And obviously, I then got in contact with them. They saw my content, they saw my page, and then they sent me out some stuff. And since then, they've been sending me over some clothing. I've been obviously doing my thing, making contact, and that's a good relationship I've got and have built with a brand. The next brand I'm going to be talking about is More Formula. So they've just sent me their Juicy Pump non-stim pre-workout, and not too long ago they also sent me their Bangarang pre-workout. This has 400 milligrams of caffeine. It's crazy. The story behind obviously working with those guys, once again, it was based around another convention. Really liked the look of the product, especially the ingredients in them. I emailed them pretty much saying, I like your products, I like what you guys are doing. I'd love to represent your brand at this convention. These are the ideas that I have, and this is where I've done them before, where they've performed. And then obviously they responded to that, and we went from there. So I showed them how I could provide them value, and I showed them how I could potentially do it at that convention. Obviously, they gave me a chance. I went through, and they were surprised because I didn't just provide the value that I said, I overperformed. And obviously that then led to a pretty good relationship with a good brand. Once again, I only work with companies that have products that I rate. The next thing I'll quickly talk about is the Fat Grips. Now, Fat Grips, they actually got in contact with me on Instagram. They DM'd me. They asked me if I wanted them to send me some products. They sent them out. Gym pin was another one. They sent me the gym pin as well as this tricep extension rope. It's like double the size of a normal rope. The story behind gym pin was pretty cool. I used to make videos where I would max out machines. I'd put a screwdriver, add weight on top of the screwdriver, and then obviously max out the machine even further. People in the comments started commenting, you should get a gym pin, you should get a gym pin. Didn't know what it was at first, looked into it, saw that, oh, gym pins are actually a big thing. Got in contact with them, and they said something along the lines that if I make a video, their comment gets, I think it was 500 likes, then they'll send it out. And I think that particular video got over 1 million views, and it's sitting at over 1,000 likes. And yeah, that was pretty crazy. Working with all of these companies has been great and has come through me actually taking action, putting out content, sending out emails, going to conventions. So if you want to work with brands in the fitness space, you need to be willing to put yourself out there, as well as put out engaging content that will also attract brands. The next thing I'm going to talk about now is the Gymshark story. This was a competition that was based around a hashtag. You had to put out content. They would pick 30 people. Within that 30 people, there would be 11 winners. First place, second place, third place, and then 7 people at 4th place, going from 10K, 5K, 2.5K, and then 7 people getting 1K. Long story short, I came second in the Gymshark competition. Now, the reason I'm mentioning this competition is mainly because I found it through scrolling on my phone, watching TikTok. When I entered this competition, I think I had around 20K followers. And obviously I was going up against accounts with millions of followers. I pretty much went against all odds to even get to that second spot. And that whole experience taught me the importance of working hard, making a plan, and chasing after something even though it might not seem possible. Which pretty much goes full circle with being a fitness influencer. Sometimes you've got to chase things that feel impossible. And talking about chasing things, I'm currently 5 days out from my first powerlifting competition. Today I did a deload day, so I thought I would just kind of involve that in this video as well. And I spoke to my coach afterwards. So if you guys are interested in that, stick around. This is how today's deload went. Right guys, so I'm here with Daz. He's currently coaching me and he's responsible for all the medals you can see behind me. You've coached many world champions. What's the importance of an actual deload week?
So basically, when we're going into a competition, we are absolutely trying to peak the competition. So we are training as hard as we can, try and get as much intensity into the training. So without a taper or a deload week, we can over peak the competition. So, and also when we're doing deloads, we want to try and really focus in on the technique of how things are done. And when the weight is too heavy or when the weight is at maximum, it's very difficult to focus on technique.
100%.
So then we're trying to make sure that you are totally and utterly versed on what you're going to do on a day. So with a deload and dropping the weight to like 60%, you can then really practice very easily without having a flight or fight response.
True. What's one thing you say is a bad habit I came with in terms of talking about weights and numbers? Because I feel like a lot of people watching this could learn from, obviously, knowing the difference between powerlifting and just lifting in a gym.
The difference is you came with a massive total, and the total in reality has got to be judged by 3 people, and it takes kilos off your lifts. When we judge them ourselves, or the internet judge them for us, they're always going to call us into question. You know, with depth or anything like that. You know, you were double dipping the bench. You know, you've hitched your deadlift. When you come to me, I've basically cleaned everything up and just said to you, this is the only way you're going to get these lifts on the day.
100%.
And the kilos have fallen off what you do. They will come back on again by the time we come out of this competition. As I was trying to say to you before, this is a platform to what we do next time. We don't want to be a pantomime villain.
True.
If you go to a competition and you have ego, you've got to leave it behind. What you've done in the gym does not matter in the competition. It matters that you have a really good start and you get a total.
100%.
If we don't get a total on the day, what does it matter? And you could give up powerlifting. You
Just
might never want
wasted
to be a
time.
powerlifter. You've just wasted a whole month. You've just wasted all my time and yours. You know, so it's about being assured of yourself. And like I said, going for the PB on the 3rd lift. Now you are going for PBs on every lift.
First
but
time,
you still have to understand that there might be a target you're going for. Save it till your last lift. Don't try and do it in your first, because it might be your last lift.
100%.
If you get that one wrong and the judges then see, the judges then will be looking for you. You want it to be so in and clear.
Leaves no
100%.
questions asked.
No questions. You get 3 white lights, you walk off, then you can adjust 12 kilo, 10 kilo, whatever you want to go up by.
But yeah, nice one. Another top session.
It's been a good session.
Perfect. Oh.